This Media Lab 4 project will give an overview on what I plan to do for my final project. So first of all, the medium that I'm considering using for my final project is iMovie. The reason why I've made this decision is because of the experience that I have with it already. It's something that I've experimented with throughout this semester, and I found it pretty simple to use in comparison to other softwares that I've tried this semester, and I'm pretty confident in my abilities of how to use it. And what I like about iMovie is that it can be done on an iPhone and a desktop, which is pretty handy if I want to use either or. How this differs from the last medium that I used is that, as I just mentioned, it can be accessed on the phone rather than solely just being on a desktop. iMovie is also free to use. When I used the Movavi software, I found that it was sort of paid subscription that you needed to remove watermarks, which obviously wouldn't have been helpful for this sort of project, so that's why I've opted to go for iMovie. I would say that Movavi did have more advanced features. However, I think that at the same time this can also be a bit overcomplicated and a bit overwhelming to try and work with. But overall, I would say that both softwares were relatively similar. However, I'm just more confident in my abilities with iMovie. And then what is the best out of the two and why? Well, as I've just mentioned, I do prefer iMovie. I also just feel more experienced through my use this semester. Also, as I mentioned, it has free access. And then, as I've also mentioned as well, I had to pay for some of the features to use with Movavi, which wasn't as convenient as for iMovie. And Movavi, as much as it had really good features, I think that there were too many, especially for the project that I'm looking to try and do. So with iMovie, there's just simple features that I can use, and it's pretty straightforward in what I need to do. And how does it complement the news genre? I feel that iMovie is a very useful resource for sort of images and videos. Like you're able to sort of collaborate different images and videos together to make the one movie. I also feel that there's very good editing features where you can sort of slow down or speed up audio, add in sound effects if required. And another feature that iMovie has to offer is that background music is available. So at this sort of genre I'm looking for, I would need to see what sort of background music is there. If it fits this genre, then it would work very well with this project. And once again, as I've mentioned throughout this Media Lab, that I'm confident with my abilities using iMovie, and it's probably something, if I do have further opportunities with Media Labs down the line, I would probably recommend iMovie as a resource to use.